Hello Internet, I'm going to give you a room tour today and kind of show you my game collection, um, and then I'm going to do weekly updates on, let you know what I get, what I pick up. It's not huge, but it's not small enough to show you every single game, so I'm just going to kind of give you a general idea of what it looks like to start off. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm using a flashlight because it's really dark in this area. This right here, these are all my Wii games, and then Wii U, and then I have a few Xboxes there, and then I have my original Xbox, Xbox Halo Edition, and the next shelf I have PS2, go a little slower here, and then over here is my Model 2 SNES, Super Nintendo. And then right there is the Wii. Blends in really nicely with that bookshelf. And the next row we have the Model 1 Sega Genesis. And this is an Atari 2600 flashback, which is it has built-in 2600 games basically. So it's not the original console. And over here we have PS1 games. The next shelf has boxed and completed NES, N64, and Super Nintendo games. As you can see, I don't have many of those. Because, you know what we used to do with our boxes, guys? Back in the day, we used to throw them away. Yep. So, yeah, there you have it. And then we have cleaning kits, and that's actually the box for my Raspberry Pi. And there's the PS1 there. Raspberry Pi is actually over there, though. I'll show you that in a minute. And the next, or the final row, is the boxed and completed Genesis games. As you can see, I have just about as much of those as I do all the Nintendo boxes, because the Genesis games had these nice cases that were a lot more easy to take care, a lot easier to take care of, because the Nintendo boxes were all cardboard. This was like an actual case, like we use now, like we have with the PS2 games. And then I have some non-completed copies and my Model 2 Genesis. Alright, let's come over here. We have the NES, the N64, GameCube, the Wii U, and the PS2. As you can see, the PS2 and the N64 are already hooked up, and then that's just the Blu-ray player. And then this is the Raspberry Pi. Okay, let's walk over here to the main center of attention here. Let's start up top here. Alright. There I have one amiibo, Diddy Kong. This Lego Movie. I actually got that as a gift for Valentine's Day. I ate the candy, but kept the box because I'm a pretty big Spider-Man fan. As you can see, I got some Spider-Man figures over there. And then the next row here we have the Game Gear. Some 2600 carts. And one ColecoVision cart, that's Donkey Kong. The original. And then we have the GameCube games. These are all completed except for right here. These aren't complete. This is Fire Emblem, Pikmin, Mario Sunshine, and then 2 games that I don't even have the case for. But the rest are complete. And the next row is SNES games. Just to name a few, we have ActRaiser, Breath of Fire, Donkey Kong Country, all 3. The Final Fantasy games are right here. see, where is it? Secret of Evermore. That's what I want to show you. That's one of my favorite games of all time. And then we have the Super Game Boy right there. And then we have N64s. As you can see, I had to make my own end labels because they didn't put end labels on them. It's like this one right here. That's Banjo-Kazooie. So there you have that. Don't have many of those. The main feature here is the NES games. That's the main system that I collect for. I'm gonna try to go through these quickly, pointing out some of my favorite games. There's Final Fantasy. That's one of my favorite, not only Final Fantasy games, but RPGs of all time. And then this series is what I pretty much grew up on. Mega Man 1 through 6. I actually didn't own 1, I owned 2 through 6, and I went back to 1 later. It's kind of hard to find this game. Glad to have it though. Metroid, it's another good one. Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, all classics. There's a bunch of good games in here. I just don't have time to go through them all. This one's interesting right here because it's a gold card, but it's unlicensed. That's Quattro 4 Sports. Here's another classic, Punch-Out, one of my favorites on the NES. Oh, there's a classic right there, Kid Cool. I'm just kidding, that game sucks. And the final row. Donkey Kong, that's a great game. That's another one of my favorite RPGs. Dragon Warrior, or Dragon Quest in Japan. Zelda 1, the original, awesome game. Zelda 2 it's fun, but it's just really hard. Which is not a bad thing. Star Tropics 1 and 2. Super Contra, or Super C rather. Oh, and I missed a series. Where's that? Can't believe there it is, Castlevania. Yeah. Love me some Castlevania. The bottom row has CDs, nothing too interesting. Green Day, Blink-182, R.E.M., Nirvana, Offspring, Sum 41. And then over here we have some Spider-Man cards, which I don't really collect. I actually won these in an arcade. They had, well, not an arcade, but like one of those like Dave & Buster's and Chuck E. Cheese, one of those places, only it was kind of inside a mall, and I turned my tickets in and got these cards, because as I said, I'm a Spider-Man fan. And then that's my Magic the Gathering deck, or one of them rather. This is the one I've been playing with recently. And over here is a boxed copy of Earthbound, which is obviously not, well, the card's real, but it's a reproduction box. Ocarina of Time. I have 2 of those. It's just the one that I display because it's my favorite game of all time. Rubik's Cube. 2 Game Boy Colors and the SP, and that's Oracle of Seasons. Alright, well that about does it. Another update will be, actually I'll start this week because I have not went out video game hunting yet. So once I do that, I'll give an update. So I'll see you then. This is Nerd TV signing off.